up a seat to the bar and join us for another episode of McAnally's Pubcast, a podcast exploring the fun and fantastical mind of Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files series. Hosts Tansenn, Jess, and Maggie bring you another round of literary analysis on this immense, immersive, and colorful environment inhabited by Harry Dresden, the world's only licensed private investigator and professional wizard. Join an active and engaged community of new and die-hard dedicated fans focused on the fabulous themes, theories, characters, context, lore, and more. This is McAnally's Dresden Files Pubcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk. Welcome to the McAnally's Pubcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. This is episode 17.23, Hodor, where we are covering the novel Proven Guilty. My name is Tansenn, and I'm joined by Maggie.
Hello, hello.
And Jess.
102 days. Come back and join us on social media or our Discord in 2 days, guys, October 12th, when it is 100 days countdown to the new book, as we are going to be opening up some new threads on our Discord channel to start doing 100 days worth of predictions to the upcoming novel, so that come January 20th, whoever's got the bragging rights will get their accolades.
Woo, 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 woo. Time for some theories.
The butler did it.
Chapter 36. Lily opens a portal for the group to go through. They make their way to Arctis Tor, finding it desolate with evidence of a previous battle.
It's funny, the little things that we get indoctrinated to. As Tansenn was giving her, and I'm like, she didn't open a portal. She opened a way. Same thing, I know, but it's funny, right? Your brain is just like, very rarely does he. It's like, no. I'm like, yeah, anything to do with going in and out of the never does you opened a way.
Speaking of, I love the way that they have this difference between how Harry does it and how he describes how he does that versus how Lily does. So this totally reminds me of how Harry does this. And I know both of you haven't seen it, but Agatha, all along, there's this scene where the TV show doesn't have like a huge budget, so they tried to do everything as practical as they could. So one character is able to sort of change whatever realm that she wants. And so to work around this, they had this backdrop that she literally walks up to in the back, sticks a knife into it, rips through, and then walks through this scrim.
Nice.
Which is exactly how Harry
does it usually.
Exit stage immediate.
But then now it also there's all these others fancy. This is the CGI movie Marvel thing where they actually put all the money into is
right.
How
yeah.
Lily does it.
Lily gets the special effects budget and just boom and beautiful and almost without notice.
One of them looks like the original Wizard of Oz.
But I feel like this is a kind of course I can't actually think of any now that I want it, but I feel like this is such a common thing, this sort of ripping, it's so often described this way, it's the fabric between realities and the thing, and often just, tearing a hole or cutting a rip or stepping, Doctor Who and all this.
Fringe has those moments where he sets up the thing, and then you see the thing shimmering, and then suddenly you see an alternate reality through the shimmering
right,
thing.
Yeah.
Which kind of reminds me of the second part.
If this was really a magical book that was interested in showcasing its best advantageous transitions, it'd be like that 70s show. We're all just vibing.
Well, she did say a little bit like Aurora Borealis, so does that count for the psychedelic waves as well?
It's the best we're gonna get.
Lily again does it with elegance and class, and instead of having to rip the bed sheet open, it just oh my God, there's another world right there on the other side of the movie theater.
It's good.
This pops it to be.
So another thing that Lily does is she provides him with some more danger butterflies to ward off the cold.
The new place.
Kind of bitch-ass Lily, though. Do not tarry. Shut the fuck up. You think I won't even want to be here now? Look at as goddamn fast as it takes to goddamn do it, bitch.
This is scary, and we're all probably going to be dead if we come back. Great, awesome.
How annoying. Make sure you hurry. Yeah, thanks so much.
We were all here first, Lily. You were the last one to arrive. We were waiting on you, okay?
And you're the one who's bailing now, so...
Yeah, and all of a sudden you're, oh, sure, I'll help, is all oh, whoops, JK. Yeah. But yeah, what they're seeing is not as pretty as their Aurora Borealis screen or Lily's beautiful little opening of the way. It's cold, it's frozen, there's jagged icicles like that are waiting to kill you, like the tree we used to have in the yard.
Speaking of waiting to kill you, we just found out that the Wizard Council's getting fucking destroyed. Okay, have a great day, bye!
Yeah, beautiful. Fix just pops in from his, like, fairy phone call or something, and he's like, oh, by the way, I just got work.
How
guys
is
are
now
getting slaughtered.
The best time to tell Harry about that.
More motivation? I don't know.
But, like, okay,
what?
We don't do too many
Wizard
spoilers.
Council is going to be in Oregon right now.
But looking forward for the next several chapters that occur in Arctis Tor, that information is never necessary for any of this.
No, all it's going to do is cause
It's
you more,
just a distraction.
more panic and distraction instead of more.
What side are you on?
Yeah, this is not more motivation to get through this. This is now another problem I'm worrying about. Yeah,
Like, I could understand if Cal had popped into the room and been like, hey, just so you know, we're about to kill your guys. Bye!
Right?
That makes sense. Fix being like, just so you know, things are really bad and they could really use your help right now.
Yeah. So, like Lily said, would you hurry it up? Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks, Fix.
But seriously, there's at no point, you could have just said it when they got back or whatever. I don't know.
Right, like, yeah, right, yeah.
Now, I have only ever gone to paintball once in my life.
Oh,
It fucking sucked.
It hurts getting hit by those things.
Absolutely hated it. It was the worst experience in my life. I was in pain. I was bleeding. Everything sucked. And the worst thing was that it was November in Canada and there was a lot of snow on the ground. And the amount of effort it was to not only have to run around playing paintball, but to be like falling in snowbanks, trying to climb over snowbanks, slipping on ice. It was biting cold. It was absolutely horrendous. I have never gone back. I fucking hate it. It was exhausting. Forget the paintball aspect of it. It was just exhausting trying to walk around in that fucking coldness over that much snow. So, you know, I think I can just a little bit understand where they're coming from here with just how shitty this must have been because holy fuck, it's bad enough to have like walked home from school with a backpack in -40, but with all this armor and deep ass snow, I would have been a miserable little cunt. I'd have been like, you know what,
I'm just
Charity,
gonna hang here with
I
Fix.
can write such nice things to say at the funeral.
Yeah, right. I will give her a eulogy that you just would not believe.
Yeah. You check out tomorrow's post, okay? It'll be a beautiful
out of this world
obituary, I promise.
I would love a set of danger butterflies for myself for this when it
coming
snows
winter.
here.
Yeah, right. I want a little personal heater.
Can I please have little pretty fire butterflies that follow me around while I have to knock all of the snow off my car? Yes, please.
Just
In fact, I'll just kind of lean in towards my window
car
and hope
just
they help.
right. Just hop in the car. That shit'll melt right off.
Mine would go on strike. It'd be like mid-July, and they're like, "Can we go on vacation?" I'm like, "No, it's still cold out."
For sure, which is a nice little touch, at least. Like, well, here, at least don't freeze to death before you get where you're gonna go die.
Right.
Yeah.
So they make their way, get pretty close. And fortunately, because of the glamour, they can see sort of the stuff that they use against glamour, rather. They can see sort of
the real lay of the land. Yeah.
They also realize that the gate's been just plain old busted through. It's not just open, it is wide open because of something crazy happening.
Reasons.
Upon first entering Arctus Tor, and you see that there is A, desertion, and B, destruction. And that's the literal most luckiest thing for them in the world. What was their actual plan had this place been as
had it actually been
as a castle should have been? Honestly, though.
Barry would have been like, okay, we tried. I could write a real nice eulogy.
But seriously, what was their plan? Just walk up to the gate and knock on the door and be like, oh, pretty, please give us back our kidnapping victim. Like,
yeah, right.
They're actually so lucky this place has been apparently ransacked.
And it is. It's hard to say because Harry doesn't really give you was it simply they were that unprepared that he had absolutely no idea how protected it would? I mean,
that's what I wonder. Did you plan on sneaking in originally? And then you're like, well, fuck, we might as well go into the open. Like, I just don't get it. There seems to have been no plan had this place been as well stocked and defensed as you would expect a fucking castle to be.
Yeah, considering it is the heart of Fairy and her stronghold, exactly.
I mean, this is true. Well, number one, they didn't realize that it was going to be there. I mean, now
I guess that's why they didn't know they were going to Arctus Tor.
And that's why he's like, if you want out, you can. Because he now knows this is really, really shitty. But I think it's almost more unsettling because it's so desolate. Like, it's just like...
It is.
They were hoping they'd walk up to an empty camp, and then they walked up to an empty castle instead. And they're like,
we hit that point, and we realize it's Mab's domain. What's the first thing that we're expecting to see? Mab. And we don't. It's not. It's like Nothing.
There's nothing.
It's empty
Yeah.
and
But
destroyed.
but
Well,
like
not
you
destroyed,
said-
but like under...
Destroyed est.
It has been damaged.
Yeah. But again, given that exactly it is this powerful being and her powerful stronghold, right? Again, it automatically lends that air of something really massive already had to go down here. So the big bad we came to see might not be here, but there might be something equally as bad or worse than the big bad.
Who takes on Mab? Oh, shit.
Right?
It's like that tweet about leopards or cheetahs or something like that, how the backs of their ears look like eyes to scare off predators. And it's like, what does a cheetah and or leopard consider a predator?
Yeah, right? Right? What did it?
What the fuck? And then, yeah, Harry does this whole, like, it could have been a minor god or something like that, which is what Mab herself is, right?
Essentially,
Like,
yeah.
Essentially
I love that,
speaking.
Charity. There's only one guy. He's like little G. But there's shit out there that's powerful, Charity. And yeah, and like you say, Mab herself is right up there. So exactly what... Yeah.
Yeah, I almost get Sleeping Beauty vibes where you come across this abandoned castle, but then at that same time, you're like, well, okay, well, what the fuck caused this shit?
I do kind of love that Charity, in her funny little way, basically tells Harry to shut up and that it's time for action. Like, this is academic. Let's just go.
Yeah. We're here.
Oh.
We're doing this or not. Exactly. Right?
Yeah, I know because, I seem like an action-forward wizard, but there is actually a lot of theoretical... Okay, can you just give me a minute? Investigator.
Not knowing these things is what got us here in the first place. Had we known before we went through this that we were walking into Mab's stronghold, I would have brought more than 3 of you, okay, Charity? So now that we know, maybe now we should take a minute and
Honestly, Harry should have leaned his head into the portal, come back, pulled out his phone, called all the alphas, called Butters, called... Who else have I met in the last decade?
whoever's left on the case.
Hey guys, remember the last fairy war? There's a part 2.
Of course, we're starting it this time, not finishing it, but I'll explain later when you're here.
It's all the butterfly effect. Thanks, Lily. It's not our fault. It all started 4,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, Harry does end up just taking out the blood and starts his tracking spell, and he figures out that Molly is, in fact, still alive and inside Arctis Tor.
She's good. Wouldn't have worked if she was dead, so good news.
I had to laugh a little bit. Terry asked to take that moment for the prayer.
Yes.
Murphy echoed the gesture and the amen. Thomas and I tried to look theologically invisible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I so appreciate that line so much.
Good Murphy Irish Catholic. You get in on that. We'll just do. Nothing to see here. Please don't strike us down.
Theologically invisible.
It's very cute.
The bones were vaguely human. Careful, Harry, you're going to get fired and put into a loony bin, and you won't be able... Then you'll have to work the night shift, and then...
Also, I don't know. I'm sure this is specious somehow or something, And they were human, Harry. Just...
Yeah, these are all these changelings, again, who have one human parent and one something parent, okay? Be nice.
They're gonna get Game Edge just getting pissed off at you for that. It's first of all, you storm into Ontario. Then you called us human-like. You know what? Fuck you, buddy.
You're based off of us!
Yeah, right.
You all look fairy-like.
I gotta say, I really enjoyed the descriptions of what, this chapter and next chapter of all of the bones and the cold and just...
It's hard to wrap
really
your head
neat.
around, isn't it? In some ways.
I don't know, in some ways it reminds me back of Victor Sell's property. When he looked with the site and he just saw this sort of, I don't know,
Haunted house.
Graveyard sort of a...
Graveyard, yeah. That was all skulls and stuff floating and apparitions kind of a thing. This is literal skulls littered everywhere. And again, right, just what it takes to make you realize for a moment, right, that, yeah, you're not just walking across a rocky shoreline or something. You're no, this is fucking bones and shit piled up that you're breaking. Whoa, what the what?
And it's I have this point for the other chapter, but I'm going to make it now, is that there's the cheesy, kind of these cheese-tastic horror images and horror tropes that we've had up through this whole book until now. And this is actually truly, the state of it is just chilling.
Burr.
Should we bring back Shay? It's funny you say that because I was thinking on the last page, it made me laugh. I was like, oh yeah, you open a way and then you're way, way, way out of your depth. Good one, Harry.
Oaks just write themselves. It's, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It's like in the land far, far, far away in Shrek.
But yes, Tansenn, one might even say bone chilling.
But no, it really is. It's unsettling. It's a more authentic, scary thing.
Yes. Right.
I like that he acknowledges it. This is literally the most dangerous place I've ever been.
Because that's the thing, kind of like I mentioned last one, right? Even though I don't like horror stuff, but often if I watch like a straight up kind of slasher, I'm like, it is more cheesy. It's so outrageous that, right? Whereas the things I really don't like to watch and refute are, again, the more true to life things, right? I find that much scarier because it could happen. It does happen.
True crime.
Exactly, right. You know what I mean? So I was like, somebody, wandering around and hacking and slashing everybody. I'm like, okay, that's like very rarely ever. It's probably not gonna, right? You can be like, sure. Right, my doll's coming to life. I'm like, I'm not actually real worried about it. Yeah, it would be fucking freaky as hell if it happened, but I don't actually harbor any, right?
Doesn't keep you up at night.
But the insidiousness of just people being fucking brutal, right? So that's exactly, it's like, you've had all this movie horror, oh my God, hammer hands, and but you're like, it's outside of this, right? But here it's like you're faced with the evidence.
Yeah.
You're like, this has happened. There are just corpses. And then even that, when they're like, it must have happened like centuries ago. Thomas is like, it takes weeks at least for bones. And Harry's like, not playing by the rules here. This could have been like 5,000 years ago. It could have been like 5 minutes ago. Like, these could be fucking fresh corpses.
Well, it's almost like at the Chamber of Secrets when they drop down into the sewers and they land on a pile of bones everywhere, and you're like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah. Right?
Right. Well, I'm doing just a really brief look about of things. Harry realizes that it was hellfire that was used to attack Arctis Tor.
What the fuck? These guys?
I'm gonna move past that. It is a little bit telling, I think, too, that Lash is so silent from here on out.
Yeah,
minor spoiler, but that Lash is pretty much done for the book.
Yeah.
And it's questionable.
Still pissed off that he.
I was gonna say,
is she just pissed off at him for trying this, or does she recognize what's happening and she's like, I gotta
go.
Again, she's just gonna make herself like theologically invisible by now. I'm just gonna go hide in a corner and hope he doesn't bring me into
it is
this.
interesting
Doesn't
that
start asking me why.
From here on out, Lash shuts the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Why, babe?
Why? You had lots to say. I'm sure you could give Harry lots of advice on how to deal with this situation and how to get in and out of here. And nope.
Thank you so much to our Patreon subscribers for your generous support. It's people like you who help us keep doing what we're doing. If you're not yet a Patreon subscriber, sign up today and get a fuck ton of bonus content, kick-ass merch, behind-the-scenes outtakes, and more. Sign up today at patreon.com/freeflowrambling.
Chapter 37. Harry and the rescue team enter Arctus Tor, where they find the remains of a number of Mab's guards. They find a way into the tower where Molly is being held when the Fetches initiate their attack.
So after slogging all their way.
Seriously, the whole intro, like the whole first couple of pages here is just crazy.
Yeah.
Like slogging through, and the description of the bones rubbing against each other.
And just the castle stronghold thingy itself, this tower, right? It's made of fucking ice. But it's like fucking granite ice.
It's so cool.
This is no like Elsa's beautiful crystalline castle here or something. This is fucking thick, black, dark ice. And
Mab, you just do one favor for Titania and she'll send a cleaning crew for the rest of your life. Little known fact.
Oh, come on. That wasn't Titania. It had to be like Lily. But
they're all on Titania's payroll.
Fair. It still comes from the same, right?
So they decide they're going to cautiously enter, and in the courtyard, Harry sort of checks out all this carnage, and he finds 13 of Mab's trolls and skeletal remains.
13?
13 trolls. That just breaks up the magical voodoo. That's a good thing. Yeah, so these are the big bad guys. These are little Godzillas guarding the gate, and they've been thoroughly thrashed as well. So what are they going to do to little old human bones? Doesn't matter. They're not there.
Yeah, I think that was really neat, where he decides to sort of try to get a psychic impression and how much of
Bad idea.
boost
Bad
he
idea.
gets from like being in the Never Never for it, like that it shocks the shit out of him. That he even got like memories from instead of just trying to figure out just the basics.
Instead of just seeing, now relives a little bit of those flash forward scenes. Yeah. Again, the using magic in the magical place. Yeah, either it fizzles out and does absolutely nothing, or it boosts it by like 1,000. And so Harry that just wanted to take a peek got
psychic damage times 1,000.
Yeah. What is
he's channeling Mort right now, Morty?
Yeah, what does IMAX evolve to now that it's 4DX or something? I don't know.
So he confirms that it's an extremely hot fire that burned them down to the bone. Still can't quite figure out the time frame because it's
Yeah.
And can even identify that there's the smaller remains were goblins and probably personal guard for Mab was there too.
This is more of just Harry affirming that he wouldn't have been powerful enough to perform this level of magic at this heart of winter. And again, it's just whatever the fuck was here, holy shit.
Yeah. Ginormous scale.
And he predicts that, maybe someone on the council could have done this, which to go from minor god to someone on the council, that's kind of scary. How powerful are those wizards?
Again, right?
Yeah, it's pretty varied.
Whew.
And again, he's made sort of allusions to this before, but again, right, him being the brute thug kind of a thing and how skilled and how much older all of these. So, yeah, it makes you a little worried that you're like, even if it took a couple of them, but again, right, that wizards could potentially...
Just 2 or 3 wizards willing to work together.
back up to Mab levels or something, minor deed. Yeah,
no
exactly.
wonder people are afraid of those fucking white councils, people, bitches.
Right.
Especially the senior council. I mean, God, if they wanted to, they could be just apparently running around being fucking gods if the 7 of them banded together. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly right. So, easy enough to be like, oh, you guys never do,
Teamwork, dreamwork.
You better be happy we're mostly good on defense.
I was going to say, right, that
teamwork,
whole
deity work.
pacifist and all that kind of a thing, don't mistake kindness for weakness and all that. Just because they're not out there enslaving the world doesn't mean they couldn't. But
yeah, next level.
Yeah. But meanwhile, Molly is in here. So Molly hasn't been killed by whatever caused all this. Did she come before, after, during? I don't know, but this is where she's at. But now everything is sealed and there's no way in. It's just one unending.
I just love this moment so much. It's like that nod to the movie moment where like one of the characters picks up a book on a bookshelf and then accidentally like gets swiveled
leans against it.
Yeah, and it's like in the secret passage suddenly.
Princess Bride. Oh, spirit of my father, please guide me to the fail clunk. Exactly, yes. One of these mystical, magical, accidentally.
Should have not.
Yeah.
This seems such a lesson to Harry, though. Next time I'll just knock. Yeah, everyone's been asking you to have manners this whole time. This is like rewarding good behavior.
Isn't this what you get pissed off? Toad demons trying to, zombies breaking down you guys could just knock, and...
If you guys invite me to a legally sanctioned duel, I show up, okay? God.
Yeah, right. I don't need to. But it's cute, right? Because Charity's just makes sense, right? She's like, okay, well, if this is where they're all standing and guarding and died, maybe they were guarding the doorway, Harry.
Is this like how everyone can open it, or was Harry allowed to knock on the door and open it?
I think Harry.
Yes, I feel that,
It just seems pretty insecure to be able to knock on a sealed magical thing.
And exactly.
That's just how fairies do doors, okay? It's not aesthetically pleasing to have a giant gaping hole all the time.
Yeah, right?
If we can have a magic door, we might as well have a fucking magic door.
It's just that mystical, magical, right? Like, again, even just like a stage magician or something like that,
It's probably
right?
honestly more like the platform in 3/4 where you just walk through it willy-nilly, but idiots have to, tap some bricks and actually make it open.
But yeah, I always have kind of favored that feeling that just anybody coming along would not necessarily...
I think, knowing what we know, it's...
In a bit, that exactly, right? It was...
knowing what we will know.
It's kind of...
Ooh, I'm onto something. Cool.
It's like Critical Role. Like, the DM here is just like... These guys can't fucking get through doors to save their lives. I'm just going to make
whatever
it open.
They try.
Yeah, these are their hardest nemesis. They have brought down dragons and demons and gods, and every time they try to open a door, they fail. So you know what? We're just going to open it for you.
I do like the pat on the back for actually remembering a plot point. You don't remember that you remembered it, but you just barely touch on something that you might, I think I read that 10 years ago. Guys, I'm predicting the story.
What's funny is that I was really like going through, how do I not remember any of this?
Yeah.
Like I should, like this is so interesting that I should remember some of this. No.
Do you remember books 1 through 6 now?
Maybe.
Did we talk about it enough
Yes,
that it'll always be in your mind?
I mean, now that I had to write notes on it, yes. I'm sure I'm probably going to, it's going to take at least another 20 years for me to forget.
That'll be funny, right? We should do either like halfway through,
just start back at book 1 and see
or
without
just do like a little episode where we just like kind of recap. You'd be like, okay, so what happened in this? But what were the major events that happened in this one that carried forward?
That's gonna be our new Patreon content is like a quiz after each book.
Based on how I had to go through the necromancer's notes, it probably won't be. I will probably fail these tests. Shit.
But they'll be funny, so maybe we'll do it again.
Exactly, right?
Oh, no.
The more we do it, it'll just, but...
somebody's got to ask the questions.
Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe just because Charity's been saying her prayers all the way along, maybe the Almighty is like, all right, guys, just I'll open the door for you, okay? Like, that somebody cuts them a break, whatever they need, I don't know, but exactly, it ends up that, knocking for that hollow spot to figure out if they can just...
Knock 3 times on this tower if you want to.
Harry's like, I really don't want to. So opens magical archway counterclockwise, of course, because we're in the Unseelie. And here, let's just get to this tower.
Spiral towers are made in a specific manner to make it easy to defend from going down with sword use.
Yeah, it's so that the right arm, which is the dominant hand, has room to swing, but
the people coming up will have to use, they can't
They'll be
use
against
their
the
right
wall.
arm.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So apparently everybody in Fairy is left-handed? Or are they all counterclockwise?
That's a good question.
I can't remember which direction.
All right.
I mean, all other questions aside, I guess it is maybe stupid to assume that even fairies are dominantly right-handed.
They're contrarians.
I was just going to say it would make sense on Unseelie Court that they would all be like primarily lefties or whatever.
That'd be funny if there's, fairy scholars. And it's like, and also, did you know humans mostly only can use the right hand? Isn't that weird? We're all like ambidextrous or whatever. Those idiots they have 2 hands, but they can only use 1.
Why are you smiling? Because I know something you don't know.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Do you think by the time we finish, the whole series, Jim Butcher's published the books, we've gone through everything, we'll have actually quoted the entire Princess Bride by the end?
Probably. I now feel like that is a goal we should.
I don't want to find the supercut
and start highlighting.
Tansenn, you like making notes? Go back to the first one and
just look for every time, on an Instagram, for pictures of.
Yeah. Every time I include it, yeah.
Speaking of memory, there's times where I know I was just in this episode and I look at what you've put on there for pop culture.
I know, right? It's like a little quiz in itself.
What?
Like, what the fuck is that referring to? Or when did we talk about? Yeah, right.
What?
What is that?
When did we talk about sword penises?
Right.
Fuck you, Matt. Fuck you.
And in all fairness, he had a point.
She was holding it. I put it in her hand.
Just because she's holding it doesn't mean. I bet a lot of them hold it in their hands.
Just don't cross the stream.
Okay,
bad
I'm leaving.
Bad Photoshop.
I am satisfied with this conversation.
She can't blush because she has no blood, but if she can, folks, bright red.
I get you guys with my sword penis.
That reminds me of a horror movie.
Right now would be a really good time for the fetches to kill us.
Is that just the natural opposite predator to prey for the vagina teeth thing that is apparently a phobia?
So the fetches decide that the door opening is a great time to attack.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah, and Lily, I think, did warn them about this just as they were going. And not that this hasn't been a theme the entire book. Like, when they walk into the theater, they're like, they're going to ambush and surprise you. But Lily's like, oh, watch out. Now that you actually go into their neighborhood, they're really going to ambush and surprise you. So since exactly they just waltzed in with no problem, the door opened, no problem, now they're all going to jump out from under their
This time it's a dozen of them, and they're in their true form.
Yeah.
So a little unsettling.
Which is interesting, because obviously they're still trying to a degree, or some of them, because he can also see the sort of shadow veil of hammer hands and... Right, so right. It's like obviously
the lesser ones, like the other, because there's like a dozen of them that are in their true form, but then those two are still have the glamour.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it cuts through, but exactly, yeah. So.
But what a defense that Harry puts up right away by doing creating a cyclone, picking up all of these bones and ice, and whooping these fetches with it.
Again, right? Love how learning to use the tool, right? I can't affect you directly, but I can affect the stuff around me.
Right, this is back with that water in the van.
Yeah, right, yeah. So it's like, yeah, I can't fire magic directly at you, but exactly, I can pick up a whole bunch of shit and fling it at you, and
like one of those apes in one of the other books.
The flaming monkey poo?
Yes.
That was book 6, Tansenn.
Thank you, I remembered it.
Blood rights. The building was on fire and it wasn't my fault. But yes, so again, he's learning. It takes a little while sometimes. Sometimes it takes a bit to figure out how to use that new knowledge. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, he has to say leveling up advanced techniques. He's just like, all right, if I can't do... It's great. It's like the typical action movie fighters, right? He just picks up like a handful of sand or gravel and just whips it in their face so they can, automatically,
Well, that's what makes this fight scene so cool, is that they start to fall back into the tower and Thomas goes to take a hit with his iron, and it's not the same clanking on clanking that you would normally have with weapons. It's full on murder.
Exactly. Yeah, his iron steel sword, much like Agatha's backdrop and how Harry normally cuts his way into the Never Never, just slices through him like a curtain or whatever, right? Just bloop, and whoosh.
But also, I heard a gunshot. Did we not just go over this, Murph? Guns don't work.
No, he said they might not. He said you can't rely on them. Because she's like, why don't we just bring guns?
Yeah, but it could just blow up in her face, so I would just not use it at all.
I was going to say, she's taking the risk of exactly that. Yeah, she's hoping it'll...
Okay, fine. Instinct, she reached for the gun first. Now remember, grab the sword or whatever the fuck iron she had. Yeah, they all had swords.
Yeah, she has one of Charity's knives or is I think when it came up.
Yeah, they all got something.
Yeah, it was lovely how they deal with Thomas with his saber, but then Murphy is using sort of her ninja efficient way of getting it to attack itself,
it's like bull riding.
Yeah, that was kind of a fun. Obviously you can, but it is just it's
playing
fun.
To their strengths.
Yeah, but again, it's just the idea, because you have this big, strong movie monster, so you're like, smashing that foot isn't gonna do. But again, when you're like, okay, but the big, strong monster is applying the big, strong monster to itself, so they're like, yeah. It's just one of those. But exactly right. She just busts out her martial arts moves and just continues it on and ends up like Keystone Cops or something. Three Stooges, you're hitting yourself. Why did you just smash your own foot, dude?
Now, if I had time to plan, I would want to go and buy a spool of steel thread, and I would be hooking it in every doorway to hopefully just slice them in half if they try to come after me.
Yeah, just they come running through the doorway and just...
It'd be light enough for me to carry, but it would fuck them up so easily.
Right?
Yeah, isn't there a technique that uses netting? You could totally make netting out of it, too.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Oh, yeah. Come
on, Charity, get on this.
Yeah.
Etsy.
Even those t-shirt cannon guns, but you just put jacks from a game of.
Yeah, that's like a blunderbuss though when you start taking just random shrapnel and shoving it in.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking more you can just grab a bunch of SOS scrubbing pads. Right? Dirt cheap. Fucking fire those out. There's the
you
steel
could use a slingshot too, just one of the little BBs.
Yeah.
Done. If you've got more effect on it.
That's a lot less.
How harsh is it? Just your own throwing arm, maybe, if they're close enough, and it just starts burning immediately. You don't even have to make a cut. You just throw a pom-pom at them made of steel, and they're like, ah!
fuck, Kylie, Kiri, Marsha,
Jan.
Mauritius. No, sorry. Keyleth. We fight... Bo, because it was the next campaign. We finally have a use for your 10 million ball bearings.
Oh,
We're
okay.
just gonna sneak into Ferry.
Oh, that was hard to get to.
It was. It's just going to throw in
Still not there.
handfuls of ball bearings.
Campaign 2 of Critical Role, Marisha, who plays Keyleth in the first series, then plays Bo in the second series, and Bo happens to have in her inventory 100 ball bearings, and she
It was
basically...
like 1,000 or something.
Whatever, point is that she just always has them, and Matt's like, you haven't used them all yet? And she's like, I have 1,000, bro.
Randomly,
Just,
at one point, they try to throw them on the floor to like trip people up, like marbles in cartoons, and it.
Harry's
So
like,
she just keeps trying to use these ball bearings for things, but anyways,
So they make it inside the tower, and they hear some screaming.
Charity hears Molly scream and books it.
Murph and Tom stay to fight off the fetches. Harry and Charity make a run upstairs.
Hodor!
I hate you all.
It's sad.
You didn't
What a
even know
sad.
it. So.
No, but now I do, and now I hate you. Once again, knowledge I wish I didn't have, and there was a specific reason I never acquired it for myself.
Beautifully written.
Very
I'm
beautifully written.
sure that's what makes it all
was
the worse.
really
shocking.
If it's
It's
a,
so
this
shocking.
is my problem. If it's a piece of shit, you just go, well, that was a piece of shit. And yes, I don't like
But that's
things
why sometimes the sad things, when they're written so well, you just feel like, oh my God, it feels good to have my heart torn out of my chest.
See?
We've worked so hard for this so long. I didn't
Nope.
even realize the groundwork that was being laid these first 5 or 6 seasons, and now I
Exactly.
see with
No,
the culmination.
I like my sadness to be gold digger, just superficial, not deep at all. Just come and go really easily. I don't want soul-breaking sadness and trauma.
No, it feels so
I want the
earned by
happy
end of it.
ending with just a tiny little bit of...
I think it took me a full
Angst.
week to get over that one.
We stopped watching that night. I was like, okay, no more episodes. I need to sit with this.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that is my constant state of being in the real world. I don't need more added fictional trauma.
This concludes our episode 17.23, Hodor. Thank you for listening. Sorry.
I'm going to go erase the last 2 hours of conversation from this household. Out of my brain.
Thank you for listening. You can find us online at freeflowrambling.com and McAnallys.ca. There we have links to our other podcasts, social media, and other fun tidbits. Please subscribe if you like what you're hearing, and please consider supporting us through Patreon to keep the magic alive and to see more content. We are Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk.